Hey, happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the channel. April 4th, 2022. Little update from the storage unit, not the point of this video, but just a little quick update to start. You guys know I bought 25,000 bulk remotes. They came on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 and 5 pallets, and we are officially through the first pallet. I've grabbed a little bit off some of the other ones, but this first pallet officially empty, so about 5,000 remotes either sold, listed, for sale, or currently going home. Every day I come here and get inventory, or every other day, give or take it home, we work on it. So that's the update here. Paid 25 grand with shipping to get it delivered here, so about $1 a remote. And first pallet, I haven't done the sales. Honestly, I'm pretty sure I'm break even already, if not more than that. So, and we have a ton listed. I've been selling a bunch in bulk. Of course, I'll link it below if you do want to buy remotes. 200 free shipping, all with backs. Most of these were already tested and good. I sell them as untested, but 90% of these should be tested and good. Otherwise, it'll be a mix: Samsung, Sony, JVC, Mitsubishi, RCA, Roku, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's the update from the storage unit. So let's jump into what today's actual video is about. Okay, so welcome back into my office. Appreciate you guys taking a second just to see what I got going on over at the storage unit, bulk wholesale. But today's video is why are sales so slow right now? If you are active inside of Facebook groups at all, especially Poshmark Facebook groups right now, there have been hundreds, like I can't even count, posts of how slow it is right now. So anybody who's familiar with my channel, if you follow me for a while or subscribe to this channel, which of course there is a subscribe button you can use, you will know that pretty much every year we go over kind of like the summer slowdown. If you've never heard of it, summer slowdown, sales are slow. But why are sales slow in March and April? So let's talk about three of the reasons. There's three big ones that most of you should know. And if you're new here, maybe you've not heard about it. Okay, so number one, after Christmas, people spend a ton of money in December, right? And generally in January, there's a trickle effect of people buying what they didn't get for Christmas, or maybe they had gift cards and they'll have a $50 gift card and they'll spend $70, you know, because they only got to put out a few dollars. So you get a little bit of that January, but after the first couple weeks of January, it is typically like just a downward boom, like a crater, right? And that's for all platforms, not just Posh or eBay or whatever. Everywhere, generally at the second week of January through about the end of February into March is generally no money being spent. Don't forget that most people don't even get their tax forms until the end of January. So nobody's really filed their taxes in January. Very few people, if any. Most people start filing their taxes in February, and some people, you know, a huge amount of people in March. And then you get all the last minute procrastinators right now in April, or the tactical tax filers like myself in April. I don't get a refund, so that doesn't help me at all anyways. But yeah, so all that tax money has been coming in March and April. Then people will kind of start spending money. The problem is what happens is we have spring break. A lot of kids are out of school. Families tend to go on vacation. Families are at the beach, which is A, means their money is going to somewhere else, and B, they're not at the computer or at their phone necessarily as much as they would be when they're sitting at home. So that's one reason you see a downturn of spending right now is vacation, spring break. We're kind of in this weird post-Christmas, post-beginning of the year, pre-tax, but tax money starting to come in, but it's being diverted somewhere else, right? So that's sort of like what you have right now. Unfortunately, right after spring break, when March and April is over, you have May, you know, the middle end of May, where kids are getting out of school and summer starts in June. And summer slowdown is a huge thing. Like literally it is the historical lowest selling season for almost every platform, including Amazon. Summer slowdown is a real thing. And that generally goes from about middle May till middle July through August, really. Like that 3-month, 90-day period, say May 15th to June 15th to July 15th to August 15th is really horrendous. Like, so that's going to be number 2 for your slow season, time of year. And then everything tends to pick up right around August, September. You have back to school, you have holiday shopping. Like really the second half of the year is prime real estate. You got to make your money and then weather the storm through the beginning of the year. Also, Poshmark had huge changes to the algorithm. This is a huge reason. Add this to number 3 to the list here.
Poshmark apparently just tore the algorithm apart. Now, Posh did introduce new categories, which you would think allow you to post more stuff on them, which would cause more sales. And it maybe did for certain people, but their algorithm, everyone knows Posh is not my top. I sell on eBay and Amazon and Shopify. Posh, forget about it, right? So, and I've sold plenty on Posh in the past, but it's just been something that I kind of saw that trend going the wrong direction and I stopped. And so, long story short, Posh's algorithm, along with the slow season, just absolutely crippled the Poshmark community, the sales. People that I knew were selling 8-10 items a day are selling like 8-10 items a week now. No kidding, like 1 a day, 2 a day. So that's really one of the other big reasons why sales are super, super low. Now, let me top this off with kind of, that one can kind of be the first two coupled into 1, 2, and then Posh 2. The number 3/4 reason, and this one's gonna, tip some scales, and some people are gonna get heated. This isn't meant to be political, and this isn't any political undertones. This is just simply facts. Inflation is through the roof right now. Gas prices are through the roof. Meats and food are through the roof, and in some cases, there's shortages of things. We still have supply chain issues to a point. We have things, I ordered parts for my old car like a year ago and never got them in, to the point where I ended up canceling that order and trading the car, right? Because I needed some stuff done, and I was just done with it. In fact, they still have my deposit of like $1,700 I'm going to have to try to get back. So the reality is right now, people are spending, a car that used to cost $25 to fill up for gas is now $45 or $50. So it's costing people an extra $20-$25 a week, $100. Well, when they're spending $100 extra on gas in a month and $100 extra on groceries twice a month, so $200 extra, $300, house prices and rent are through the roof. Tampa is the number 2 highest rental increase and home value price increase in the entire country, behind Austin, Texas, I believe. It might have been San Antonio, but I think it's Austin. Tampa, Florida, where I live just a minute north of the Tampa exits. My area is actually called New Tampa. Our house prices are ridiculous. I was looking at somebody who was renting a house the other day for like $2,000, and I did a search, 25-mile radius around here, and I put in, $2,000 or less, 3-bedroom rental. 0 results. Like less than $2,000, it didn't exist. I had apartments, townhomes, condos, you name it, 0. And I was like, wow, you can't even rent something in my area for under $2,000. You had to go to like almost $2,500 to get anything reasonable. There was like a mobile home trailer, a double wide, for like $2,200. Insane. So that's killing sales. People are spending an extra $300, $400, $500 a month between gas and rent increase that went up $300 or $400, and groceries, and just everything is inflated and high and way up here. They're not gonna, willy-nilly go on eBay or Posh or Amazon and buy that $30 sweater or that $40 dress or whatever it is, that splurge spending, is that what we call it now? It's just not gonna happen, guys. And so online selling and online buying is at all-time highs, but people have to be really, really selective of what they're paying for and what they're spending, because there's priorities, there's necessities, and the people that have disposable income, people that can just spend, even, we're not talking about people with $100 million or even $10 million, because those people are still going to buy what they're going to buy. I'm talking about people that live decent lives, that maybe make $200,000 a year, $150,000 a year. They live a comfortable life, they're well off, they're saving money, but even then, when they're spending an extra $400, $500, $600 a month on different things, take my business, for example. Instead of spending $1,000 a month on boxes and poly mailers and supplies and bubble wrap, I'm spending $1,500, maybe. Made up numbers, but just giving you an example. I'm looking at stuff like, wow, $500 a month is $6,000 a year. Yeah, I got it. That's fine. But I'm not so keen on like, okay, we want to redo something on the house that's going to cost X. Where could I put that $6,000? What could I put it to better use? Could I do this? Could I do that? Even I'm like second guessing my little stupid buying, $500 toys or $600 video game systems or whatever it might be, right? So it affects everyone. It's a trickle down and a trickle up to a point. Once people are filthy rich, that doesn't count. But so that's something to think about, guys. Nobody's spending on the splurge. Nobody is spending to just spend. And when is it going to change? When is it going to fix? It's hard to say. Politics, we have an election coming up, a midterm election coming up in November for fourth quarter. But I mean, the ramifications of that are still 7-8 months out. We will be probably dealing with this inflation and dealing with this exorbitant prices of everything for the better part of all summer. Supply and demand during summer. Travel. Are people going to travel? Tons of flights have been canceled. What kind of spending are people going to do? Is this going to be the worst summer slowdown ever in the history of sales online? I can't predict that, and I'm scared to even think about what my prediction would be if I tried, because I think we all know what that answer is going to be. I just don't see any relief in sight. May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Elections aren't even for 7 months. People don't take office. December, 8 months till Christmas. We may be talking about this in March of 2023, a year from now. So I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Not the sky is falling. Just facts and common sense and some logical deductions going on here. But tell me what you think about summer slowdown, about the spring break sales slowdown, about the rest of this year, the inflation affecting. Just what do you think in general? What are your thoughts about why people aren't spending money? Who's spending money? Who's not? Why not? Just I want to hear you guys' thoughts on this because I think about it all the time. And I'll probably put up an episode of the podcast. I'll dig deeper into this. So I'll link the podcast below if you want to go check it out. It's available on Anchor and Spotify and Apple and Android and all the different places you can listen. Pocket Cast, Stitcher, anywhere you can listen to a podcast, it's available. So I'll link it below. Check it out there. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate you watching this video. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's real easy. It takes 2 seconds. And I really, really appreciate all of you that take the time to do that. And until the next video, thank you for being here. Thanks for watching. And I look forward to the comments. I'll respond to as many as possible as always. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, everybody. And I'll see you then.